maybe the best story to start with is the Library of Babel, where he imagines the entire world composed of books. So he himself, of course, worked as a librarian on and off for a long time, so he knew this world of libraries, and he takes it to an extreme, it seems to me, by imagining a library composed of these hexagonal rooms that just keep on going through infinity. And he imagines a whole philosophical and scientific debate amongst the inhabitants, amongst the librarians, about how large this universe is, how many books are in it, how many combinations of books, and it becomes this kind of mathematical, physical speculation of what inhabitants of an infinite library of a universe composed of books would actually think about and look at.
Now, mentioning the mathematics makes me think back to Leibniz and Voltaire. How far do you see Borges really carrying on a kind of enlightenment project of, monad after monad, or all of this sort of universe mathematically conceived?
He refers to Leibniz at several times in the Fictiones, so I think he shares with Leibniz a kind of interest in combinations, a combinatory imagination. This was part of Leibniz's both logical and mathematical work, and I think there's something that he carries out to some extent. Also the question of who created this world. The inhabitants of this infinite library are clear that it has to be created by a god. Only a god could create something like that. Very much a question that Leibniz was interested in. So a whole theology and philosophy emerges from this world, and one that I think, is quite close to Leibniz, including the Leibniz that Voltaire both made fun of, but also, as we found when we talked about it and thought about it, was quite close to it in some way.
Though now, what does it mean to be in this 20th century? Borges did not seem to believe in anything resembling progress, for example.
There are changing speculations about the world. There are debates about it. Different schools of thought emerge. There are different librarians who look for books and go on these kind of quixotic quests within the library.
But there are also suicides, insanity seems to be always lurking.
There's no real progress in the library.
So it's sort of as though Borges was the love child of Leibniz and Kafka somehow. You're in this strange castle-like world,
And in fact, he grew up in a very literary world. He spoke English with his father. His mother translated, including Kafka, I believe. So Kafka somehow was part of his literary upbringing. So he grows up in a world in which literature is read, discussed, and translated. And translation, of course, is a big interest of his. I think he's not even yet 10 years old when he himself translates one of Oscar Wilde's artificial or made-up fairy tales, The Happy Prince. But Kafka has many stories that have this kind of labyrinthine quality where protagonists find their way within a castle and don't know how to leave it, get lost in various labyrinths. Some of Kafka's animal stories are set in similar worlds, so I think that definitely was an influence.